discussing 2030. Let's just Tim Wright 337 the ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Happy Hour.
You guys want a happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Happy Friday, everybody. Congratulations. You made it through the week. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself a high five. Give yourself a round of applause. And get ready for a nice weekend with a nice holiday on Sunday. Unless you don't celebrate that holiday, in which case, have a good Sunday. Okay, I'm looking out for everybody. Happy Easter to people who don't celebrate. Happy Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah. Even if you don't celebrate Easter, you think it's still at least, just go get some candy.
Yeah, go get yourself some Easter candy.
Yeah.
On Monday, because it'll be on sale.
Yeah, there you go.
They're trying to get rid of all of it. It's good. Even if you don't celebrate it, it's still good candy.
Does the Easter bunny come to your household?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
We have Easter baskets.
Yeah, of course.
As you could tell, I didn't put them together. No. Happy Friday, everybody. This is the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We're actually over the radio waves today.
Oh.
We are not interrupted by the Royals. They will be on at 3, so it'll actually interrupt part of On the Block, but it's okay. They can do it. They're professionals. But you guys can get in contact with us, 402-464-5685, the Hunt of Lincoln hotline. Starter Heyman Text on Happy Hour is sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting. You can check us out, Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, going through all of it. Don't forget to download the app if you're on the move and if you can't get a radio signal, download the app Store, wherever you get your apps. But today on the Happy Hour, we're just going to go through a whole bunch of topics. We might have Zack Carpenter on from inside Nebraska to discuss some more recruiting. He hasn't gotten back to me. Usually he texts Nick, so maybe he's just looking at this like, I'm not going to respond to Rico. Yeah. But it's okay. It's fine. We'll see what Zack is up to, hopefully. But I was going to say something, and I totally spaced on it. It's okay. Oh, Bach, we're going to go through a whole bunch of stuff. You have a laundry list of topics for us to talk about.
That's right.
And we're going to get through a couple of those because you mentioned something about a spring game format, and we know all about spring game format here in Nebraska because we've seen like 4 different ones in the last 4 years. We've had two-hand touch. We've had a virtual spring game. Yes. We've seen offense versus defense, which I really like that one. Different scoring that way. Now, hopefully, they're going to be physical and actually tackle in this upcoming spring game under Matt Rule. But you had a certain college's spring game format.
Yeah, Auburn's going to do something like you kind of were saying, the offense versus defense. The idea is similar to what Nebraska did under Bo Pelini. If you remember, they had Nebraska kind of did it where the score was 0-0 right away, and 3 and out would give points to the defense. So they had different scoring for the defense to make up. So I thought it made for an entertaining game. Auburn doesn't want to confuse their fans. Auburn education doesn't go as far.
Hey.
It's the SEC graduate. Doesn't mean that patch doesn't mean
football just means more, but education, we'll see. Unless you're going to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, well, yeah.
In which case, yeah, sure.
But there, football doesn't mean more.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But all jokes aside, Hugh Freeze is going to do it and not confuse the fans. They're simply going to give a 24-point lead to the offense. To the defense, and then play a 60-minute running clock. So it's just, I don't know. I don't.
So they're just like catch up.
Yeah, no quarters, just a 60-minute running clock. So I'm assuming no halftime, so no break maybe.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to see how they do it. So 24-0. You think that's enough for the defense? Because you have to just kind of consider, even if you get the team off the field, like getting back on the field. So if you
go 3 and out, you just move back to a certain spot.
I think I don't know if they'll just punt it and then
you're gonna have different offenses.
Probably, yeah.
Like a first team offense versus second team defense, or we're going first on first, second on second. So we go first team offense, second team defense, 24-point lead. If you go 3 and out, and it's second team offense, first team defense with a 24-point leads.
I think there's one scoreboard, 24-point lead for the defense, and the offense just has to catch up. So I don't know how it's going to work with
Yeah.
punting, like you were
Yeah.
saying.
Are there kickoffs?
I'm not sure because that would be confusing.
We should get Hugh Freeze on the radio.
Yeah, we gotta iron this out with Hugh Freeze.
Hugh, we need some questions.
But I mean, there's the small details which we don't know. But overall, I'm interested. I think that's a good idea. I like offense versus defense.
Like I said, defense versus defense. The defense points for certain things: the 3 and out, an interception, a forced fumble recovery, sack, tackle behind, tackle for loss behind the line of scrimmage. You give them points for that, and then the offense just pass to the score with the regular way, except for maybe give them like a point for a first down just to keep things a little bit closer. If they're getting sacks and tackles for losses and all that, you're just like, hey, here's a point for a first down. Congratulations, you're on the board. But no, offense versus defense is so much fun. And you just do it that way. Both off all three, how many teams of offense you have can score, how many teams of defense can score. I really like that way of doing it. But I mean, I don't mind, red versus white, blue versus orange, whatever Auburn would do. Just one certain color versus the other. That would be really fun as well. Which is what we've seen for most spring games. That's usually what they do.
Well, and then the other talk for spring games is that Hugh Freeze, among some other coaches, are interested in having scrimmages instead of spring games against local UAB. Trenton first spoken out that he'd be interested in something like that. It's kind of funny to categorize that from most of college football. It's like, and maybe get people to attend the game, and it'd be kind of fun. Nebraska has their own. The spring game it does mean more here.
Yeah.
So kind of when you talk about that, when I brought it up to Rashawn the other day, it's like, well, you don't want to give Kansas half the gate money if you're going to invite Kansas to come and play. And you're like, I don't think they would negotiate it that way. I'd love to see Nebraska scrimmage somebody, but I don't think it'd be like a home and home type of thing because if you go to Kansas, it's still going to be most of Nebraska fans just traveling.
How far do you stay in Division I? Do you go with another Power 5 team? Do you go down to a Group 5 team? If so, do you give them so much of the money? Do you go to a Division II team? Do you go to Division I AA? Does Nebraska schedule a spring game against North Dakota State? What happens? How? Okay, let's say Nebraska schedules a spring game against South Dakota State, right?
Mm-hmm.
How worried are we as a fan base, as a media, as former players, whatever, if Nebraska loses that game?
Yeah, I mean,
I know it's a spring game, but if Nebraska loses to South Dakota State in a spring game, are we worried? Are we going to read into it? I mean, definitely.
Yeah.
But how scared are you as a fan if that happens?
And I think that's why I don't know if the teams will be hesitant to do that. Is how does you could send your fan base into a tailspin, whereas with the red white game, it's one way. It's good news and bad news. Nobody wins, nobody loses. Obviously one side does, but no, your team doesn't come out in a bad light.
Yeah.
I don't know how far down you go. Because you bring up one of the Dakotas, that could make sense. I think if you're getting to the point where you're including Doane and Wesleyan and all those teams, then you're just better off doing a spring game.
Yeah.
But as far as getting people's interest and stuff like that, that's where I think if you invited Kansas, and Kansas is and the better part of their program has been in a long time. I still don't think they're going to get a big spring game crowd. But if they start, especially if they went with Kansas State, but if they have Iowa State or somebody, they start doing that, maybe they can get their own money out of it. But it's interesting because Nebraska's kind of in a very small amount of colleges that it could be hurt financially if they were going to try to schedule that out with the team. So it would have to be somebody that just acknowledges, we don't make money on our spring game, so I guess we'll just come and make our football team better.
We'll go up here and make some more make our football team better and get some more experience doing this. But it's just hard because kind of like you said, I don't know if Nebraska's going to want to split that gate money, and there's already you're already selling out the state. Well, I don't know if it's sell out quite yet, but you're selling a ton of tickets for a spring game. That's just Nebraska. There is nobody else. So if you were to add somebody else, you're obviously going to get those Nebraska fans. You're going to get those other fans. But like we said, you're going to have to more than likely split split that gate money? Do you go the next year down there? Nebraska fans travel well, but will they travel for a spring game down in Lawrence?
Well, and that's what I think. I think Nebraska's in a case of their own where, like, if you're talking about, well, like, it's the same thing with if Auburn goes with UAB, it's not a home and home. They're not going to go to UAB's campus. UAB is
That'd be
just going to
cool.
say, yeah, all right. Yeah, it would be kind of cool. But Nebraska is in this category of, like, we're not giving up a spring game. We make good money off this year in and year out.
Mhm.
So they could invite different people in if this ever becomes a reality, right? But I don't think they'd ever travel.
What if you could make a deal, right? You make a deal with them. Obviously, Nebraska does not play a Division II team, but let's say they play like a South Dakota State or something. You make a deal. They come down for the spring game, right? You get all the money. They keep all. Then you go up for a regular season game up there. It's kind of like a buy game. You're still paying them to play,
Yeah.
but you're up there playing on their home turf.
Or remember Nebraska scheduled that home and home with Wyoming, or was it maybe it was 2 at home and 1 away?
Yeah.
Which I think they did with a few different schools. That was kind of fun.
Did they do that with Fresno State?
Yeah, I
right?
think so. Yeah. That was kind of fun. Now, if they did that with a local, like you're saying, like a Dakota, that would be kind of cool too. I know it would be pretty. It might be ground. I don't know if an FBS team has ever went to an FCS team.
I don't know. There could be a first. Game. Nebraska making history once again.
But Nebraska fans would definitely. We should look up how many like South Dakota State Stadium even holds.
Okay.
But because we're just kind of throwing out fun ideas here. But that would be kind of cool. Nebraska's always looking for different ways, and basically you could just have another home game in South Dakota.
The field has a traditional north-south alignment and an approximate elevation of 1,620 feet, and it has a capacity of 19,340.
That's why a lot of FCS teams don't go to FCS.
But the record attendance is 19,371. It could work. It'll easily sell out. Easily.
It sell out.
There wouldn't be very many South Dakota State fans.
I mean, there might be. I don't know how well they do. I mean,
would they keep their tickets? Would they sell their tickets?
Probably.
Or would they keep their tickets and just be like, yeah, home field advantage?
Well, and then that's also like a fun idea until Nebraska goes there and loses. And it's like, oh,
yeah.
we'd love to do this.
It's like, wow, this was a terrible idea. Make history twice.
Yeah.
The first FBS team to visit an FCS team's stadium and lose.
Yeah, that idea is probably not going too far.
No, it wouldn't, but it'd be cool.
It would be interesting at least.
I mean, Appalachian State used to be FCS, and now they're FBS.
Yeah, look at them now.
Now look at them. There you go. Problem solved. And then people go there all the time. They have a beautiful stadium, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
It's not going to happen. But just brainstorming spring game ideas.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting concept and something that's fun to talk about, but highly unlikely that it actually becomes a reality.
Well, and I think with the UAB and the Auburn and stuff like that, more talk about it is going to start to open it up. South Carolina's coach is on board with this, Shane Deemer. So maybe we'll start to see, because it really is. It would be something that kind of puts their spring practice on the map as opposed to what Nebraska has for a lot of these schools. So Nebraska, again, would be we always talk about Nebraska being one of the last states to do this or that. Well, it would probably be one of the last states to scrimmage against somebody else just because of the money made here. So that kind of makes some sense there.
You could do it like what NFL teams do in the preseason, where you travel and you practice like the entire week with the opposing team before you play them.
Yeah.
So it's like joint practices and whatever.
But you only get 15 total practices.
That is true.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I forget that there's limits.
Yes. Also, I did want to mention this too. The Pac-12 is now talking with the CW as its TV deal negotiations extend into the current times and probably into early summer. We'll see how it goes. I don't know about you, but when I think about the CW, I don't think football. I think of like teenage drama.
What, Buffy the Vampire Slayer? That's still on there?
That sort of thing. I don't know.
So can
we still find the CW?
You get to catch a Washington Utah game sandwiched between. Actually, that's a pretty good game. You get to catch a Washington State Oregon State game smashed in between Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Supernatural.
Yes, it's I think CW is like True TV is 90%
Green Arrow.
Like yeah, Green Arrow.
It's like those DC shows, The Flash.
Yeah.
All those shows.
But you know what? As much as and it would be
Smallville.
CW After Dark.
Yeah,
You'd stay up and watch
Pac-12
CW.
on CW After Dark.
Hey, and then they could have the themes. Maybe have some vampires jump out.
Oh,
or whatever.
there you go. Some
We'll fit
demons.
right
You get
in.
the guys from Supernatural to go to a game.
Yeah.
Sprinkle some salt on the field. I don't know.
Well, I know, and you were looking up earlier, just for some work around the office, but you put it on Twitter when the games used to be on TBS.
I don't remember that.
I'd love to see TBS come back.
I do not remember that. I was looking up some. It's 2005 Wake Forest versus Nebraska,
Yeah.
and it's the full game pops up TBS, and I go, "What is this?" Charles Davis is on the call.
Oh yeah.
Craig Sager's on the sideline in just a regular blue button up. Like, I'm just like, this is weird. And then they're like, let's throw it back to the studio with Ernie Johnson. And I'm like, wait a minute,
Oh,
what?
nice. Yes.
I was like, this is wrong. None of this should be happening. And I do not remember 402-464-5685. If you remember college football on TBS, because that is just no. That's bad. That's college basketball. That's what that is. TBS doesn't do college football.
In my recollection, they had like 1 or 2 games a week, and they were never like the best games. But I specifically, for some reason, remember like Nebraska, Texas A&M, 2002 on there. It's just weird how some of those games. My favorite back in that era was FSN. Did you ever watch it? Like, it was like
I feel like
Midwest.
I feel like I did.
Yeah, it was on channel 37. It would be like if Nebraska was playing like Iowa State or something, and the big major networks wouldn't pick them up.
They're just like, yeah.
And that's where Pac-12 After Dark was too.
Yeah. Now
It
look
was
at
a
him.
great channel.
Now look at him going to the CW.
Yeah, now they're off to the CW.
Somebody on the text line says, Ron says, might as well talk to Comedy Central, the way this is going. You know what? What's the one with the practical jokers?
True TV.
There
Yeah,
you go.
there you go.
Pac-12 on True TV in between the practical jokers.
It would give us more of a reason to watch True TV than just the tournament and Practical Jokers.
They could have the Impractical Jokers do the coin toss before USC UCLA for the final time.
Probably have some hijinks about
Oh yeah, definitely. They'd be like, now call a flea flicker. They're in the coach's ear.
There was one. I was shooting at the text and pointing out the early 2000s pay-per-view Husker games. There was
pay-per-view.
There were a few of them, yeah. But Nebraska used to do that. Oklahoma, part of the reason why they're going to the SEC is because they've had pay-per-view up until the last couple of years, and in fact, probably will still have another game. Like if their absolute worst game, like the 12th game,
they do
or whatever, they basically do a pay-per-view game.
Well, they did that this last year for the second game of the year.
That's right.
I think, or maybe it was the third, because the second game they played somebody who was super close. It was like the third game against, FCS Southwest.
And that makes you respect BTN. You might make jokes about, BTN Plus or whatever and different camera views that they give you. But the fact that you haven't had to think about pay-per-view since the early 2000s for a Husker game is really nice.
When I think about pay-per-view, I'm thinking like wrestling and boxing and UFC. I'm not thinking of a football game. That just seems wrong.
Well, and so it was pretty prominent early on then in it was kind of fun because you would have like Eric, I think it was Eric Crouch. I'm trying to think. But like former Huskers sometimes would jump on and do the games.
Wow, that's kind of wild.
Good times. I don't know how much they cost. I was a kid, so my parents had to order it. Somebody let us know how much they cost and what that translates to today's money. Because
and let me know.
Like VHS days.
Let me know if it was any good. But with that, we're gonna go to a break. When we come back, we're gonna hit on some more of the topics that Bach has on his sheet over there. Maybe we'll talk a little bit of recruiting between ourselves because we will not be joined by Zack Carpenter. He is out and about. Busy man doing his thing. So we'll be right back on the Happy Hour. You don't think about your roof very often. You should take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a roofing project, their overall goal is to experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is Perfect for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Seattle City Hall and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union? How great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.gov. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Rashawn here from Power Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, don't be red.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I went in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time in high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before, during, and after any event. Whether you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all. Naturally healthy CBD.
Bring the year-round comfort you expect? Call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Shopping for insurance can be a frustrating and tedious task. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln has a full staff of licensed professional agents who will do the work all for you. Brokers utilizes over 20 insurance companies to save their clients money. Brokers Insurance Agency will always do what is in the client's best interest and will find the best program to fit your needs. Call Brokers Insurance Agency today at 402-420-5353 to get a quote today, or find us online at brokersinsurancene.com.
You're listening to the Happy Hour. Nick Stainer and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
When I gave you the cookie, I heard very clearly, I don't think about you, man. Why would I think about you? Because we're not animals.
We're men. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler.
On 983 and theticketfm.com.
Honestly, that's one of my favorite rejoins. The only time a man is allowed to think about another man is when that man is Jay Cutler. Shout out to Jay Cutler.
What's he up to these days? I know he had
No idea.
had that TV show for a while.
Yeah, well, he did. His wife did, and he was just on it. Well, ex-wife. Now they're divorced. I don't know what he's up to. Just hanging out, being cool.
He's cool.
Oh, yeah. Jay Cutler's awesome because he's just there. Like, he's not a problem. He doesn't care about anything. He's just there.
He's a trash talker in the league.
Yeah, but he's just there.
Yeah.
With his weird face, just always looks sad and downtrodden. Then he'll just sling the ball like 80 yards to Brandon Marshall.
It's weird if you ask me, like, what is Jay Cutler's legacy? It's like, he's all right.
Nothing.
He's all right.
He played for the Broncos. He played for the Bears. We're good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all Jay Cutler is.
He was better than Kyle Orton, who they traded for.
That is true.
Yes.
That's a weird trade.
Yeah. I think they didn't want to pay him. I think they
remember when Jay Cutler was like retired, and then was it the Dolphins were just like, hey, you want to come back and play? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like there was no like comeback tour, there was no like announcement or anything. He was just like, yeah, I guess.
Ridiculous.
And then they were like, hey, Jay Cutler plays for the Dolphins now. It's like, what?
Oh,
That was fun.
I like this. Well, the Smoke and Jay memes. That go
Oh,
around.
those are great.
Yeah,
those are fantastic.
Just looks like he should have a cigarette in his mouth.
He always does. Like he just has to be, right? That's just the thing for Jay Cutler. He just should always be smoking. I would say, speaking of smoking, but that doesn't really make sense at all. Well, kind of. Speaking of smoking, I don't know what the Dallas Mavericks are smoking, but they're sitting 5 starters today.
Yeah, including Kyrie Irving, and they need this win if they're going to make it into the play-in bracket. It appears they don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think they want to play anymore.
Yeah,
it almost seems as if they're just done now. They're out. I think Luka's also sitting. Hold on, I'm going to find out exactly the 5 people that are sitting. Oh, Jason Fitz is blaming Luka Doncic for the Mavericks' lackluster season thus far. That seems weird, considering he is the Dallas Maverick, was the Dallas Mavericks for the longest time. So they are sitting Kyrie Irving, Tim Hardaway Jr., Josh Green, Maxi Kleber, and Christian Wood.
yeah, that's some prominent guys.
And they're just like, hey, Luka, have fun.
Yeah, looks like this is pretty much how it usually is.
He's like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. They are 38-42, tied with the Bulls for the 10th best lottery odds. But the New York Knicks own the Mavericks pick unless it's a top 10 pick.
Mm. So they're trying to slide in and get their pick.
They're trying to keep their pick. It's ridiculous. For the longest time, they were sitting at 11th and 12th, and I was like, yeah, I'm good with this. This is perfect. And then they just started losing.
Yeah.
And every Knicks fan is like, they're doing this on purpose. I know, this is rude. We want that pick. They know we want that pick. And they're just like, we're going to keep our pick.
Well, and I kind of wish, obviously, you in the NBA, you like to follow the big names. We always talk about LeBron, whether he's in the playoffs or not. The playoffs are better with LeBron. The playoffs are better with Luka. I'm going to be a little bit sad that it looks like they're not even trying to get to the playoffs, even in those play-in games, which I don't know how many people love those. They're automatic game 7s, and they're not the top of the league. I get that. But this year, I mean, you could have the Lakers. I think Golden State is at 6, but they could possibly get in. I mean, you could have some – I think they were there a couple years ago. You could have some brand-name teams in there.
Oh, yeah. It's the play-in game. The play-in games are filled like the East. Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that Miami and Brooklyn switch, and then it'd be Brooklyn, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago.
Less interesting.
That is less interesting. How about Miami? It'd be Miami versus Atlanta, Toronto versus Chicago, and then the loser of Miami, Atlanta faces the winner of Toronto, Chicago. That sounds like fun. I'm going to put my money on Miami and Chicago to make it out of the play in there. And then in the West, like you said, there's some premier teams. Golden State could – oh, wait a minute. Golden State and the Clippers could both slide down into the play-in game if the Lakers and the Pelicans win and the Clippers and Golden State lose.
Clippers don't want to be there. Of course, they should have been the 7th seed last year and lost both games and were out.
So, this is very interesting. So, the top 4 are good in the West. Denver, Memphis, Sacramento, Phoenix. Set. We're good there, right?
Yep.
The next ones, LA and Golden State both have the same record at 42-38. And the Lakers and the Pelicans both have the same record at 41-39. 1 game difference between those 4 teams, groupings of 2. So if the Lakers and the Pelicans win and the Clippers and the Warriors lose, they're all tied. I don't know who owns the tiebreakers. I know the Lakers don't have a tiebreaker over the Clippers because they've lost 11 in a row. They might have it over the Warriors. Maybe New Orleans does too. But let's just say the Lakers and the Pelicans win their last 2. The Clippers and the Warriors lose their last 2. Flipped. Those 2 down there playing with Minnesota and Oklahoma City.
And there's like 2 games left in the regular season. I mean,
yeah,
it's coming down to this week.
technically, if Minnesota wins their last 2 and the Clippers and Golden State both lose, Minnesota could also get out of the play-in. Like, it's close. It's really close. Oklahoma City's stuck in the play-in. They're 39-42, but Minnesota's 40-40.
Because the bottom of that is out too. Like Oklahoma City's in the play-in for sure, aren't they?
No.
Okay.
If Dallas wins.
Oh, that's right. Dallas is
If
still
Dallas wins and Oklahoma City loses, Dallas is in.
in.
So that's just a mess in the West, whereas the East is pretty much set, except for the last 2 that need to decide is Brooklyn and Miami who's going to be in the play-in and who's not. So who's going to lose to the Sixers? Right? Hold on. I gotta make sure I get this right. 1, 8, 2, 7. Yeah. So who's going to lose in the first round to the Sixers, and who's going to lose in the first round to Boston? To Boston. That's pretty much what needs to be decided.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the Bucks in Boston, right? Because the 8 seed. And
Well, the
7
8 seed, yeah, but Miami.
But I guess
Brooklyn,
I see
yeah.
what you're saying.
You know what?
Where
Yeah,
the
you know what I'm
6
talking
seeds
about.
at.
We're just going
Yeah.
6, 6 and 7.
Yeah, 6 through 7 and 8
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, pretty much. So
They're all
who's going to lose to Milwaukee, Boston, or Philly in the
Yeah.
first round? That's what
Although,
needs to be decided in the
We
East.
have seen it's very rare, but we just see a 1-8 upset. What I think it's happened twice now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Knicks did it, back in the day, made it all the way to the championship.
That's right.
And then lost.
Latrell Sprewell and Allen Houston and Patrick Ewing and those guys.
I would say they should do
Charlie
that
Moore.
again, but they're a 5 seed, so we don't have to
Yeah.
worry about that until the second round.
Yeah.
Then you got to worry about it.
But it is sad. The Mavs are just like, speaking of that, it just reminds me, the Mavs are just like sitting there regretting how they didn't get Jalen Brunson back. That's where their season's at now. They're not even like, even if they made the playoffs, they're
That's
not
weird.
They're not like out there like, yeah, well, this is how we're going to get better. They're just like, yeah, this guy thing's not working out, but we're going to give it more time and we'll
Yeah.
see.
They're like, man, if we would have kept Jalen Brunson, things would have been different. When at the time they were like, we're not going to pay Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, the Knicks paid Jalen Brunson, laugh at them. Now look who's laughing.
Yeah.
Losers.
Now who's got the 5 seed?
Ha ha. Well, at least we're in the playoffs. All right, Bach, chill out.
All right.
With your 2 seed.
I'm a little spoiled. The Celtics have made the playoffs
2
quite a many
seed.
times.
The Knicks have beaten Boston, twice this year? 3 times this year?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's up?
It'd be a matchup in the playoffs.
What's up, Bach?
I'm not worried about it.
You should be.
I think it'd be. I also don't think the Knicks are going to match up with the Celtics. Very unlikely this playoffs.
They will not, unless it's the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes. So
hopefully that happens for both of us, and then one of us will be sad. The other will be very happy, though.
Yes. Hey, we could have a jersey battle again and make each other wear the jersey.
I'd rather not.
You don't want to do that again?
Because I don't feel very confident in that
one.
That's NBA corner again.
Yeah.
It happens. Maybe it's a once a week, twice a week thing for us. Once a show, it'll happen because the NBA playoffs start really soon, and both of our teams are in it. We're going to be very excited about that. We're going to talk about it, and I feel like nobody on the text line wants to hear about it. But guess what? You're going to have to. So deal with it. That's going to do it for this little segment. We got 2 more segments left in the happy hour. Again, as I said, no Zack Carpenter today. He's out and about doing some things. When me and Bach come back, talk a little bit more football, some Husker football, some more notes from Bach's magical sheet of paper up next on the happy hour.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at RicoAT. The hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jay Foreman. When I played football for Nebraska and in the NFL, I wore protective gear to safeguard my health. Today, I'm not only protecting my health, but everyone in our community by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Update your protection with the bivalent COVID vaccine while it's still free. Find out more at healthylincoln.org. That's healthylincoln.org.
Rashawn Jackson here from Power Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Power is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Football. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time if you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, bathtub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now.
Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 40th and Layton and find your next ride. The summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With gold-class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right place to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2, or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basements? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting wefixbasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, we fix basements.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert,
The House of Learned Doctors.
and Enrique Alvarez Clary
Your eyes shut out a punch you square.
on 93 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So something that I just remembered because I saw it on the Twitter sphere. For all of you Young Gravy fans, I know there's a lot of you listening right now.
Oh, yeah.
First off, this is the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. For all you Young Gravy fans, he will be performing at UNK. Let me see what day, April 27th. So don't forget to go get your tickets as they're almost sold out. Young Gravy, UNK, April 27th.
I'm too old to know who Young Gravy is now. I can't keep up with the modern rappers. I'm sorry.
Oh, you'll be okay. He's Young Gravy. I don't know how to explain it more than that. I honestly, I've heard his music, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I like the beats because some of them are just samples of other songs that I like. But yeah, just letting you all know.
Are you gonna make it out there?
Young Gravy? No, I am not.
No,
I have not purchased my tickets, nor will I purchase tickets. But yeah, if anybody wants to go see Young Gravy out at UNK, get your tickets before they're gone.
I like get Nebraska when I was on campus, and I'm sure they've done it the last couple of years. Once in a while, they'd have a free concert, and I still feel bad. I don't know what I did this night, but I should have went. Big Boy came to campus one time from Outcast, and I didn't go.
Really?
Should have went. Yeah.
Mark was telling me that he was at Truman State once when Tracy Morgan was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, it didn't work. We love Tracy Morgan. Okay,
Yeah.
so somebody just asked, isn't he from the Nebraska area? I don't think he is. He was born in Rochester, Minnesota. His father is a Swiss-born insomnia psychologist. That's weird. He graduated from, he went to University of Wisconsin, Madison, and earned a degree in marketing. And yeah, that's it. There's no Nebraska ties.
College educated rappers, huh?
He's Big Ten though.
Big Ten.
University of Wisconsin, Madison, got his degree in 2017. So he's seen Nebraska play Wisconsin. So that's probably about as close to a Nebraska ties as he's got.
Every year that he went to college, Wisconsin beat Nebraska or didn't play them
Look at that.
because it's been since 2012.
We don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
His musical style, this is Young Gravy segment.
Yeah.
Just letting you guys know. His musical style is a blend of modern trap music with vintage themes inspired by the soul and oldies movement of the 50s and 60s, and soul and funk music of the 70s and 80s. His song Gravy Train, that is the title of his song, takes samples of Maxine Nightingale's 1976 song Right Back Where We Started From, and his breakout hit Mr. Clean samples the popular 1954 song Mr. Sandman.
Oh,
There you go.
Mr. Sandman.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
That's his popular song. His breakout song, Mr. Clean, samples Mr. Sandman. Because it makes sense. It all makes sense. No one's trying to hear old gravy, that's for sure. Thanks, Aaron. Somebody says that's a bummer that he doesn't have any Nebraska ties. His biscuits opening for Young Gravy. No, Mr. Unlimited, I don't think you'll have biscuits and Young Gravy.
Limp Biscuit?
That would be interesting. You have Limp Biscuit open for Young Gravy, and you can say that I was at the Biscuits and Gravy concert.
Remember when Limp Biscuit was supposed to come to Lincoln?
Were they?
Yeah, they were. And then, in the week before he was supposed to come, he changed his look up significantly. Now he just dressed up as was Fred Durst, the lead singer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just canceled because I think it was COVID or something.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
That's very sad. That would have been a really cool concert.
It was very strange because he did a character switch right before he.
Yeah, that checks out. Before
Yeah.
you go on tour or whatever, before you go to the
Lincoln.
concert, he's like, I gotta look good for Lincoln.
Yeah, well, it didn't look good. He
this
looked,
is-
usually he's got his backwards New York
Yeah,
Yankees.
this
red
is the
hat or
new
something.
me.
Now he's just middle-aged substitute teacher looking or something.
Welcome to Lincoln.
It's right
I'm
in.
kidding. I'm kidding. Some news, Nebraska related, not
Okay.
football. Nebraska athletics related though. Nebraska bowling. Moving on, they'll have a 2 p.m. match that you can watch on bowltv.com. Just go to the Nebraska bowling page on Twitter, NE Bowling at NE Bowling, and you can find the link to watch that one. They are going to face Duchesne at 2 p.m. after they beat Mercyhurst 2-0. So they are currently in the NCAA tournament, trying to work their way back to another national championship. They beat Mercyhurst 2-0. They'll face Duchesne at 2 p.m. Go to at NE Bowling on Twitter, or probably if you go to Huskers.com and go to the bowling page, you can find a link to watch that. So go ahead and support the Nebraska Bowlers. They have a show here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Good bowler yourself?
No, I'm terrible, but
No.
it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm very bad. They asked us if we wanted to bowl with them, and I said, I don't want you to make fun of me.
Can I have the bumpers?
Yeah, give me the bumpers. They said
Yeah.
no.
No, no to bumpers.
But I don't want them to make fun of me because I'm just a regular person bowling.
Do you
bowling.
break under?
I can. That doesn't happen very often.
Oh yeah, you're not very good.
I'm not very good. I'm
No.
really not. I think I almost got 200 once, and I
Hey.
was very
Yeah,
excited.
there you go. Yeah.
But I'm not. I don't put any spin on it or anything. It's not gonna go straight.
Right.
Mine always goes from right to left, so I have to line up all the way on the right side of the lane and throw it, and then it'll usually end up in the middle. But every once in a while, it decides that it wants to go straight, so it just goes right along the side. I'll hit 1 or 2 pins.
Yeah, I'm not a very good bowler either. I think my high is 190, and I was was very excited to get that. But I'm about a 120.
About a 120 average.
Yeah.
Seems pretty solid. I don't know.
Yeah, not great.
Better than me.
Yeah.
You know,
not
but do you want to know something? You know who won the very last ticket bowling league title?
Who's that?
Me.
You. That had a lot to do with handicaps. I'm
No,
sure.
me.
Yeah.
It's called Victory. Sweet victory. I'm gonna bring in my trophy. I'm gonna bring in my trophy on Monday so everybody can see it. I was the very last ticket bowling league champion. Me and my boys.
I think it's mostly your team then.
Snakes on a Lane. That was our team name. We had T-shirts made.
Oh.
I have it.
Team
I don't think
camaraderie.
it fits anymore.
Team camaraderie helped out.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. I don't think it fits anymore, but I have it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna see if it fits. I'll wear it on Monday if it does.
What year was that? Couple years ago? Pre-COVID?
Yeah, it might have been. I don't know. It was before DP got here,
Hmm.
so it had to be 2017,
Yeah.
something like that.
Some old victories for you.
And then we just stopped doing it.
Yes.
I'm a champion. All right. Watch yourself.
Yeah, once you won, we're just like, oh, what's the point?
Yeah, they were like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. I was also the last pick that year, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The first year I ever did it, I was the second pick. Not great.
Sometimes it just depends on the team.
Broke their hearts.
Tricky.
And then I was either the last or the second to last pick.
And
we won
redeemed
and we
yourself.
won the championship.
Yeah.
So, no big deal. But
I always
big
like
deal.
that because the last pick means just whoever's left.
Pretty much. Like, it feels bad because everybody's just like, they're just like, oh, we want Sipple. We want Jay. Like, those two
Yeah.
usually go first and second.
Yeah.
And then at the time, it was Happer. I think Schaefer was also bold with this. I mean, Sipple was like never there, but somebody took him to like number one overall. Like, I want to hang out with Sipple. I was like, I don't even know if he's a good bowler. Who else was there at the time? I think it was Snow.
Yeah, maybe Tom.
I don't think you were. I think you were gone from us at that time.
Yeah.
You had departed.
That's right.
Before you came back. You made your grand return.
Mhm.
It wasn't Tab.
No.
No, it wasn't Tab. Tab was during COVID. It wasn't Tab.
Was Tom? I think
Tom was there.
I think I subbed in as a couple weeks.
You probably
I do
did.
remember that.
Yeah, you probably did. Tom definitely got drafted in like the top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened.
Yep.
Mark was there too. Yeah. And I won.
Who was our best bowler?
When he was here, Brett Kane.
Brett was
Not
Brett
even a question.
Oh, really?
It was Brett.
He's a good bowler.
Yes.
Hmm.
He the spin and everything.
Yeah.
He was intense.
But he was kind of hard to get to go to like out aside of work functions.
So he went to that one every
he
time.
liked-
he didn't miss a day.
good, yeah.
Hey, he didn't miss a day.
Oh,
He
okay.
was there all the time. Shout out-
that checks out.
yeah. Shout out to Brett Kane.
Yeah.
Doing big things in Denver.
Absolutely.
Denver? Denver.
Yeah, he's still in Denver.
Yeah. Look at him. Okay, that's gonna do it for this segment.
Okay.
We'll hit a break. We'll go. We'll hit the crossover. The guys from On the Block will be joining us up next on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now bringing plumber, electric, and HVAC techs to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401 options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like getting new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best we can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. We're on the brink of spring cleanups for all of our existing customers and have limited spots left. We trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give us a call today at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of our designers and get ready for Tailored Life's grand opening in Bennett.
Mike Shaver here to tell you that Trek CBD has a new name, and it's Hemp Boss. It's the same product you've grown to love, just a new name. Spring sports are on the horizon, and Hemp Boss has a variety of products that help calm me down during games and on the golf course so I don't go over the top. And they have a variety of options for you to calm you down before and after any event. If you're looking for drinkable Delta 8 seltzers, hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups for your beverages, or anything else, Hemp Boss has it all at 84th and Andermatt. Hemp Boss, naturally healthy CBD.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basements? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, small spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 53 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today, 531-279329.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plug for listeners.
Farrell realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stressful as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Creighton would have. That's the best part. They would have beat FBU. They would have been in the national title, but they're not. That's too bad. You guys can wallop and I'll just celebrate over here and say it's a great day to be in Nebraska.
I'm just amazed by that take. I'm amazed by
you can be amazed all you. Nothing you say is going to change my on this game.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
Even before you start, that was a preemptive
and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
I already had someone created in my image. He's evil, he wants to take over the world, and he fits easily into most overhead storage bins.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, get it. Welcome in, gentlemen, from On the Block. Eric Strickland, Austin Orman. How you guys doing? Look at Austin getting over there. Look at Austin.
We're ready.
Look at your co-host.
He's KC'd up.
Look at him. Look at him getting it.
He's inspired.
Yes, sir.
They win yesterday?
They did not.
Royals
only
Still
won
inspired.
once.
Still inspired.
They're
Only
kicking us
once?
off the radio, too. Again today.
They're what? Oh, they are kicking you off the radio.
We'll be streaming on the last half of the show.
It's okay. You'll be good. Welcome back. Final segment of the Happy Hour. This final segment this week of the Happy Hour. Happy Friday again to everybody. As I said, we're joined by the gentleman from On the Block. Is I, Rico, Jake Bachman filling in for Nick, Austin Orman, Eric Strickland.
Today?
Gentlemen, he's at class again, I think.
The problem is his clock didn't go off.
Yep, that's what it is. He left his clock here.
He left his clock. Otherwise, he'd be good.
AD got him that clock, and he left it here.
I don't understand. That's why he's late.
If I were to get a gift,
Did you hear the story?
Of why you got the clock?
Yeah, you didn't hear the story.
the latest time that he was late,
Yes.
he said that his phone froze. He brought his phone in. It was frozen. Like the alarm had gone off, but then it was stuck on the alarm screen, and he couldn't go back, and there was no sound, no anything. So he was late. He came back in for like the last third of the drive. So I had to fill in for him. We're like, I don't know where he's at. We were calling him, and he wasn't answering or anything. And finally, we got a hold of him, and he came in. But yeah, his phone had been frozen.
Yeah, so if you go back to the old school alarms.
What was the? We just were talking about it. That's my get late in years moment. The movie when they went to, he got the Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah,
The Hangover.
Okay,
Yeah, part 2.
That was Nick. You just can't see his hangover tattoo. He didn't get it on the face.
Yeah.
He got it.
He had an invisible ink.
Please believe me, he was there.
Yeah.
So
That's the only reason you make it.
Okay, so something happened today that I tweeted out, and I was asking Bach about it. Kind of remembers. Also does not remember. He's with me, so I want to ask you, Strick. Do you remember college football being on TBS?
Dang, that's a good one. I can't say for sure I have.
Well, apparently it was.
Yeah. So this was a Mandela effect moment?
That's what I'm thinking. There were a lot of people on the text line and in my Twitter mentions now that are saying they remember specifically a Nebraska Texas A&M game being on TBS. I was looking it up. So 2005 Nebraska Wake Forest was on TBS.
Yeah.
Like
Early
Craig Sager on the sideline, but he didn't have a
Wow.
colorful. He just had a regular blue button up. It was very weird. It didn't look like Craig Sager.
Dang.
And they shot it back to Ernie Johnson in the studio.
That is crazy.
EJ on football is such a bizarre thought.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it. It was weird.
Bizarre.
It was weird. I didn't like it. It felt fake.
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
You know what they need to freaking bring back? And I'm talking about the old school way that it was done because it was so dope for me, even though especially with the way the graphics are today. College football when we used to play on the PlayStation.
It'll be back next year.
Oh yeah.
They freaking need to bring that back, bro.
Yeah.
That was with that thing. Was just absolutely
It'll be back next year. There's only one problem, and I hope that it doesn't go that way. EA Sports is developing it, as they have before. But as you've seen since 2014 when they stopped doing it, Madden has kind of taken a downturn, and that's also EA Sports. So if they make it anything like Madden, I'm going to be very upset. But if they can somehow make it like the old school NCAA games, it's going to take over.
They used to always have it. So basically, the new college football game was basically like the last year's Madden, and then the Madden would take
an update.
Yeah, it would take an update. So
and NCAA was always better.
Yeah,
NCAA was sweet to me.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean, I used to love recruiting.
Yep.
Going in the conversation.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that, baby.
Choosing where your athletes are going to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Fun stuff.
I've recruited. Sorry, I'm still playing it because it's still fun.
Yes.
I recruited an athlete from, I think it was from Wyoming. He was a top 25 player, top 25 athlete. I recruited him. He's like 6'6", like 2 something. Where does he fit? And you go through and it shows you the overall that he'd have at each position. His highest overall was at quarterback.
Oh wow.
I was very confused.
Did you put him there?
I did, and he was my starter his freshman year.
That is crazy.
It was very weird. He was taller than all my offensive linemen.
Well, and now too, back in the day, and since they haven't made it since 2014, I always used to like to take a bad team and like build them up. I can do that with the Huskers now. The Huskers used to be like too far ahead, so if you did it, too much of a challenge.
Fun, yeah.
But now it'd be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go get your contract, make your big money, and move on. That's what you used to do.
That's
Bach.
right.
You know you did.
Oh yeah.
You didn't stay there like
And they-
for a long
No,
time.
no,
Yeah.
no. I'd make my way up.
And they made it so you didn't have to be the head coach. You could be an offensive coordinator, a defensive coordinator. So this latest one, I was the offensive coordinator at UTSA. And now I'm the offensive coordinator at Cincinnati. We only have one loss on the season. First game of the season, we lost to Ohio State. Other than that, we're undefeated.
You
We're undefeated.
scheduled that one.
I did schedule that one. We lost 52 to 30.
Sellout.
We lost 52 to 39. I kept scoring, and the defense couldn't stop them. We threw an interception once, and then went.
So the
we,
game plays itself. You just make the calls.
No, you play. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you play the offensive snaps, but defense that does its own. It sims it, and it's annoying because you see, it'll show what blue for a run, green for a pass, and like red for a penalty, whatever. And it's just like the lines. It's like for how far they go, and it's like green, blue, and it's just like the longest. And I'm just like, cool. Yeah, the defense can't do anything.
Yeah,
I can't wait till next year because college football is so much different than it was 10 years ago. Are they going to have NIL
The styles? Yeah.
I mean, all that
Yeah, I don't
stuff,
think they'll
transfer
put that in.
portal. It's got to be in there.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess it already was.
It
but
was.
Maybe they'll make it like
It
ramped
doesn't,
up
but
a
it
bit.
doesn't really happen all that much. I didn't have any players transfer, but
Right.
I had 2 players from LSU transfer in, and so it has them redshirting, but you could take the red shirt off
Yeah.
because it's like they have to sit out a year, and I'm like, no, they
Well, now
don't.
they've got to update it so that like 8 or 9, like they should make the transfer portal just as big as recruiting.
Oh, they should.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. That's a lot of stuff, but
It's a
it was
lot
supposed
of
to.
work.
A lot of
it was
off-season work.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this summer, but they delayed it till next summer. So maybe they are working on that.
Yeah.
a lot of new things, a lot of fun stuff going on.
Is there a
Hopefully.
point where it gets too much innovation though? Because I feel like Madden keeps adding these new features and new ways to actually go through the gameplay. Like
Mhm.
more modes is fine,
Yeah.
but to make the gameplay more complicated, I just think you're going too far sometimes.
Remember when they did the
Like,
passing
just
cones?
Yeah, just press a button and throw the ball.
Right. That's what happened with 2K. I can't.
Yeah.
Well, now
play
it's
it. I
now
can't.
they have like certain zones where like your quarterback throws it and you can lead them out of the zone. You throw a bullet pass, a lob pass, or touch pass. Like you have to hold it for a certain amount of time, and you can like lead them to whatever. You can throw it low, you can throw it high. They're like you have to hold L2 and push
Yeah.
down on the stick and hold square. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna
That's
throw.
great for the hardcore players, but for those of us that
Right.
get to sit down once or twice a
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
just let me press a button.
I'm just lobbing it up when I have streaks, and I'm just throwing bullet passes on every other pass.
You got to go to mascot mode for that.
Oh, if they bring mascot mode back, I'm gonna go with the Stanford tree because it never looked right.
It's finding out what the cheat codes are.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it seems like they're in every freaking game.
There's a couple
There's
plays
a play
that work.
just like there's nothing
Oh,
you can do.
There was a toss play. I was playing one of the Maddens a while back. There was a toss play that no matter what defense you ran, they're getting at least 5 yards. I couldn't stop it. I hated it because I went online and I played 2 people in a row that just the whole time toss.
I did that on the a Madden. I think it was Madden 07 on my Nintendo DS.
Nice.
That's right. I had LaDainian Tomlinson as my running back, and I ran one play, one direction the entire game. I think ended with like 60 carries for 513 yards.
Goodness gracious, Austin.
I think.
Goodness gracious,
Yeah.
Austin.
Is this against another player?
No,
No, it's
no,
just
no.
yeah,
just computer.
I was gonna say
Goodness
they got
gracious.
to figure out something to do.
Some people. You want to hit that out music? We got about a minute left. What's going on in your guys' show today?
We got a lot. We'll be talking. Let me get up here. Tyreek Hill says he's retiring after 2025.
Can't see that.
Said that
You
on
don't think so?
radio.
Cap.
We'll get into that. NBA MVP race. Who's it coming down to? Why is it big men recently, not guards? Nate Brennan will join the show at 3:30, and we're also going to talk, is it okay now? Are Husker fans now okay with building through the transfer portal for men's basketball after last season?
That's a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, you know what? Hey, if you haven't listened to On the Block, first off, how dare you?
Yeah, come on.
And secondly, you better be listening today. And again, at 3 o'clock, they will be off the radio. It'll be Kansas City Royals. So tune in to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter on the stream there, and you can watch them, listen to them that way. But that's going to do it for Buck and myself on the happy hour. Have a great weekend. Have a happy Easter to all who celebrate. Have a happy Sunday if you don't celebrate, and go get some Easter candy on Monday. Adios.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial.